It's Tigo Venturi with the Venturi Group in Real Broker here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And thanks for joining. I'm going live today talking about the July market data for Albuquerque, New Mexico. So, you got any questions about the market as we're going through this? You can go ahead and put a chat. I'm trying to monitor it here on the other screen as we're doing this. So or just text me if you got my number. Give me a text. So let's take a look. I'm going to jump on here and pull up the page from our website. Let me go ahead and display this a little different so you can see it easier. All right, here we go. We're looking at closed sales. We're going to start right there. So let me tell you what we got here. We're looking at July 2023 compared to July 22 and July 21. This is broken down. I just want to give you the breakdown here so you know what we're looking at. We're looking at different price ranges. We're looking at all single family, detached, and attached homes in the greater Albuquerque area, the entire metro area. We've got it broken down by price ranges. So we've got 250 and less, we've got 250 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 and above, and then all price ranges. And we're going to just start right here with closed sales. And no surprise if you've been following the market at all, closed sales are down. We're not seeing as many homes selling as we've seen in years past. You can see 2021, it was a peak, it was down a little bit last year. And of course, by this time last year, interest rates had already started to have an impact on sales. So the interest rates, jumping up mid-year, beginning of last year, um, pushed some people out of the market, and this year it's down. So we're down 17%, only 861 homes sold in the entire metro area. And as we go across by price range, thing is kind of interesting. You'll see this kind of higher end, 600 and above, has actually increased just a little bit. Um, I don't think it necessarily anything other than just there's not as many fewer lower price homes selling, so there more homes are getting pushed into those higher price points. But you can see for sure in the lower price point, the 250 or less is slowed down quite a bit. 32% um, fewer homes this year selling than the year before, which was down 56% from 2021. So those 250 and below homes there just aren't that many of them anymore in our market. 300 is kind of the new starter home. Inventory, number of homes for sale. And we'll just take a quick look here. No surprise, the number of, well, actually, it could be a surprise because last year it was very low, the number of homes on the market. And this year it is and we're down to 18% of the homes on the market, or 18% less homes on the market this year than last year. And then for, let's see, if we look at price range, you'll see that in the higher end, 600 and above, it hasn't had quite as much of an impact. But in the lower price points, again, 250 and below, 60% less homes on the market. And this is just kind of an average for the whole month. Pending sales, it's a indicator of future closed sales, down 4% from last year, which is, uh, like I said, that the number of sales started to slow down this time of year, and now we're, at this point where we're kinda catching up with last year in the number of sales because sales did slow down about mid-year last year. You can see in higher end sales pending sales are actually up, in the lower price points, again, down, 30% from last year. New homes listed, and this is a story I want to jump on. I'm gonna have to pull up another chart if I can find it. Um Number of homes being listed is down substantially, and there's, one big reason for that, and find it here, is the number of people that have low mortgage rates now. It's FHFA looked at all the loans that they handle, and FHFA is Fannie and Freddie, so that's most of the loans in the country. 70% of the homes that have a mortgage have, uh 4% or less, 26%, 3% or less. There's very few that are up in the higher mortgage, areas above 6%, greater than 6%, only 3.7. So that would be people that have purchased in the last year or so. So that's in there. Another component to that is when there was a survey done here by, Fly Homes, and what they did is they talked to people that own a home, that want to buy, but they have to sell a home to buy, and 76% of those people say they're reluctant to sell because they don't wanna give up on that low mortgage rate. So that's a big dynamic in our market right now, which is affecting this number here is the number of new listings. You can see it was down last year, again, down again this year. And I'll show you another chart where we dig into this even more here in a little bit. See if there's any questions here. Don't look here. All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure I'm not missing anybody, asking a question. And, no. Alright. If you got anything, just go ahead and put it in the chat either on YouTube or on Facebook, and I'll get it. Alright. Alright, let's look at month supply. This has been so long so low for so long now, and this is a measurement of supply demand. So it's the number of homes going off the market versus the number of homes on the market, and, 6 months or 5 months supply is generally considered a balanced market. Overall, we're at 1.5 months supply, which is actually up from last year and was even up even more from 2021. However, you'll see in the lower price points, even 400 and under, that 254 price range, about 1 month supply, meaning there's really only 1 month of homes on the market if the home sales go at the same pace for another month and nothing new comes on the market. So, still very limited. You can see in the higher price points, a little bit more supply, still, what would be considered a seller's market. Days on market, 2 different ways to look at this. We've got average and we have median. If we look at average, it's up 66%. It sounds like a big number, but it's, 20 days on market, which is still, very low compared to historic. And of course, lower price points, they sell faster. If we look at median, days on market, and I like median because it says, okay, how many homes sell so it's halfway, right? So it's in this case, it's 6. So 6 days on the market. Half of the homes sold within 6 days of coming on the market in the Albuquerque area. Of course, again, in the lower price points, it's much faster. Now, that doesn't mean that every home is selling right away, and there's still an art to it and a science to it, and a lot of strategies to make sure that the home sells, quickly if that's what you want. Um, but for the most part, homes are still selling fast if they're priced right to the market and the condition location, is desirable to buyers. Something new I added on my report here, and this is, showing activity or foot traffic. This is the number of people coming and looking at homes. So average number of views for homes on the market was, down this month, and you can see it's down from, 22 and from 21. So no doubt about it that there are less buyers in the market this year than there were last year, but there's still plenty of people out there looking for homes, and if you're one of those people and you're having a frustrating time, you're not alone. It is tough. Because of the limited supplies, and even though the demand is down, the supply is still very low. Prices have continued to increase, and that's what we're gonna look at right now. Price per square foot. We're looking at, average price per square foot. We're at a new all-time high, $202 a square foot across, all price ranges. You can see it's, up on every single price range, well, except that high end. Look at that. It actually pulled back, about 5% less than July of last year. Not a big concern there 'cause that's a small market set, and we're just looking at one, the data point. But across the board, we saw a 6% increase in price per square foot, and the year before, which was 16%. Now that increase we had from '21 to '22, just s phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal is maybe not the right word. It was unprecedented, let me put it that way. We are still appreciating, just not at that crazy pace, which is actually a good thing, healthy for the market, and we would look at it from a, um, average standpoint, kind of the same data, just average instead of median, same thing, 6.2%, versus the 15% appreciation from '21 to '22. And then if we look at, the big picture, median price is now $340,000. This is attached and detached homes, and the average is now 395. If we look at I wanna show you another stat here, let me jump over here. We look at average in this case, we're looking at previously owned single-family detached homes, and you can see the trend over the years. We're going all the way back to 2013, and this is a monthly reading of average price. Average price in Albuquerque is I was gonna say it's an all-time high. It's not. It's down $1 from last month, basically at an all-time high. If we look at median, we've actually seen a little bit of a pullback. We peaked out last month at 600 or 364 and down to 350 this month. Again, remember median, kinda gotta be careful with that one from a, because if smaller homes sell and more affordable homes are selling than more expensive homes, that's gonna push down the median. So let's look at it from a price per square foot standpoint, and we're at an all-time high, 201 here, I said 202 on the other one. It just depends on the data set because I had washed the, new construction out of this one, and let me just show you something that's going on there. So if we look at, price per square foot for resale, the blue line, new construction, the yellow line, and you'll see new construction, there's a lot of variability there, but the dramatic difference is the median price. So what happened is we had our peak in, last year for new construction homes, the median price, and what's happened since then is the median price of new homes has dropped. That has to do with new construction are getting smaller, the homes are getting smaller, which has brought down the price, the median price. But if, again, we go back, I'm getting a little analytical here, but stick with me. You'll see the price per square foot, it's changed a little bit, but not dramatically. And then just one last thing on pricing, and we'll wrap this up. Oh, I wanted to get rid of that. We look at the long-term, um, trend on again, we're looking at price per square foot, takes out some of the variabilities of home size. You can see it's about 6% higher than last year, but we did have that pretty good pullback last year, probably 4 or 5% from the peak to the valley in January. Something really unusual happened from the beginning of the pandemic right here in 2020. Home prices pretty much were on a straight line up until the interest rates, went up back here in May. We had our pullback, and now we've recovered up again. This V shape that we're seeing here for Albuquerque is being mirrored around the entire country. This is not just an Albuquerque phenomenon. A lot of home, markets bottomed out during the winter and have increased again. Now, what I wanted to say though is, again, we saw that just kinda straight line up from the beginning of the pandemic up. However, it's not unusual to have some variability or variation throughout the year. So if we look at 2017, it was 115 a square foot, down to 109, and then back up to 120, and then back down to 116. So it's that kinda up and down, but over time, it continually moves up year over year is what we've seen. Of course, if we go back to the Great Recession, we had our peaks in '07, pulled back through 2012, and since then, it's been a more or less a year-over-year price increases, as we've gone along. Okay, a lot of information there. How long did I go? Oh my gosh, almost 15 minutes. You got any questions about real estate in Albuquerque, give me a shout. We're the Venturi Realty Group with Real Broker. I'm at 505 448-8888. Our website is welcomehomeabq.com. In fact, all these charts that I was showing you here is right on our website. under latest market data, and I've got a whole bunch of other goodies here on the market.